Welcome back to News 12 at 4. May is Foster Care Awareness Month, and the Chickasaw Nation foster program is in need of more foster parents. So here to talk about that today are foster care manager Randy Pope and foster care recruiter Tacey Tate. Welcome to News 12 at 4. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us about the need for more foster parents.
So Chickasaw Nation is always looking for tribal foster families. We need safe, loving homes for our kiddos who come into custody. And so that's what we're promoting this month, especially.
How could a family know that they're a good fit to become a foster family?
That's a great question. So we get to actually sit down with our families and have interview questions, and we get to talk through kind of the process and what that looks like. So there's a lot of getting to know each other in the early stages and having those conversations.
Absolutely. So what are y'all looking for in a family who might be a good fit to care for these kiddos?
Yeah, so we need families who are willing to open their hearts and their homes to our kids, who are willing to get in the trenches as these kiddos are removed from their family. In order to be a foster family, you do have to be at least 21 years of age or older, and you also have to be a member of a federally recognized tribe. You can be single or married. There's some other things that we go through as well, but those are kind of the basics.
Okay. And then y'all mentioned earlier that it's not necessarily the only way that you can help these kids. There are other ways to help the foster care program.
Yes, ma'am. So again, there's always a need for maybe some temporary care, like respite care, overnight care, where it's, hey, I can just provide a weekend. I can't do a long-term situation, but we're happy to step in for the weekend and help care for a kiddo. It may simply be, hey, I want to make a meal for a family that's caring for a kid. Can you connect me to a family and I can drop off a meal? We have a clothes closet that we have at our office, and so any donations, within good condition, if possible, they can always donate there to help our kiddos out as well. So.
Very neat. That's very awesome. So it might sound a little daunting perhaps to some of our viewers, but there is help that y'all provide for these foster families, right?
Yes. So foster parents go through, like she said, a series of interview questions, and we do fully certify their home before we just place a child in. They would receive 27 hours of training prior to placement, and then we have other resources to help them along the way, including monetary, and then just resources abundance throughout the Chickasaw Nation.
Is there a way that people can contact y'all if they're interested but maybe not sure what all the involvement looks like? That
is a great question. There's 3 different ways that they can contact us. Actually 4, because they can stop by our office and we're there from 8 to 5. They can also call 580-310-7900 and ask to speak to somebody in foster care. They can access our website, which is chickasaw.net/foster. They can also send us an email, which is fostercare@chickasaw.net. So those are 3 ways that they can get in touch with us, and we're always happy to speak with families and get to know them. So
sounds good. Yeah. Okay, so obviously we've talked about it could be a little scary, but it's also rewarding too, right?
Yes,
do you want to tell us some of the reasons that it might be very rewarding to become a foster parent?
So fostering, you're getting to know kiddos, you're helping them in their greatest time of need, but also you're getting to know these families. Our hope is that our foster families will bridge with these bio parents, and they create a bigger extension of a family. And so once these kiddos do go back home, now we have secondary parents or people who can step in and help when there's a need, and they have this massive support system. So those are great things when parents are able to bridge with bio parents.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for joining us here today. And we do have some ways that y'all can contact if you would like, if you're interested in doing this. It sounds like a very great thing to do. Thanks so much for joining us here today. We'll be right back after this.